So there are a few mistakes I think that founders commonly make about design. The first one is they don't test their ideas nearly quickly enough. They think all of their ideas need to be engineered and shipped. And you can imagine, you can see where this comes from. You know, if you look at Facebook's principles, the idea of move fast and break things, or you know, the idea of ship early, ship often, that we often hear coming out of Silicon Valley, it's a pervasive ideology in the tech world now. You know, I spent 5 years at Google's venture arm. It's how most startups operate. Really though, that's quite slow. By the time you come up with an idea, you have to think, how am I going to engineer it? How am I going to launch it? And how am I going to message it to users? Even in a very fast company, that will take you a month or two. And that's in super fast startups. In a big company, that's 6 months at the least, you know, going through legal review and ops review. Whereas I think the new concept of prototyping and using user research to test ideas out in the wild with real customers is really the way to move quickly. And that lets you put ideas out there, even radical ideas that might cost a lot of engineering work. You can go and test it with customers to see if it's worth the ROI. And to me, I think that's one of the big benefits of seeing design, product, and engineering really collaborating tightly to go and test those ideas in weeks rather than months. Well, where do Indian designers stand in the world scenario today? They stand right at the top with the best in the world. And I think this is one of the interesting things when you talk to teams in places like India, is there's this idea that people in Silicon Valley have shit all figured out. There's only a few places in the world, I think, that have a truly global perspective on building startups and businesses, especially in the tech world. America, obviously. You know, I'm originally from Canada. I still look at America and I'm like, ooh, strong. Israel, for such a small country, very big global outlook. China and India. So India is one of these rare places. You know, obviously India is a big place, but India is one of those rare places that isn't just trying to conquer one small economy, one local economy of India, but is thinking about the entire world. And when I think of the processes in place in interaction design, India is pushing there the same way as companies in Silicon Valley. So if anybody's having, imposter syndrome, I would just say people in Silicon Valley are less good at this than you think they are. They might talk confidently, they might, write more blog posts than you, but what you're doing is pushing forward how tech and design come together, and you should be confident in what you're doing and feel like you're part of the conversation.